Hello everyone, I am Oracle Unicorn and welcome to Shaman Messages. And please keep in mind this is a general reading, and these, even though I do weekly readings, they are not date specific. Anything from now can help you a few weeks from now, anything, or it can help you maybe a few weeks, or any videos a few weeks back can help you now too. Okay, so alright, and if you would like a personal reading, because I do personal readings, just email me, and my email is in the description box below. And if you would like to donate it to my channel, the link for that is below as well. And if you wouldn't mind, please liking and subscribing, and I would greatly appreciate it, because it definitely helps expand the channel. Alright, and so this is the weekly reading for, I'm going to go ahead, I have it lined up to do Libra, but I'm going to go ahead and do Aries. And that's my rising sign. So I'm totally feeling Aries right now. So, this is your weekly reading for Aries. And thank you so much for my beginning spew. Just sitting there listening to it. I'll try not to make it too long. Alright. What kind of messages do we have for our dear Aries? Aries. I'm feeling that as an overall. It was the only one that flipped. Holy cow. Aries, this is raisin crazy. Oh my gosh. Alright, a few more cards for Aries. Get 3 more cards. Aries. Alright. And for you, Aries, I am totally feeling my shaman deck. And I thought I was seeing that card. Listen to your true feelings. Don't let anyone detour you from what you feel your heart is asking you to do or where to go. Because I saw like a sliver of this one card, and since I stole it, and it was just kind of like calling out to me. It's hello and goodbye with decision behind it. So these are like bonus cards. I'm really feeling that you, Aries, you possibly have a move that you may be making that's like a wish come true for you, but it's going to ask you to sit back and take a step back before you make this move and decide whether or not if this is truly what you want. And I'm feeling like you're gonna take it, and it says that you'll soon see this change will make things better. Okay, now that may just be for a few of you. Take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? Because it's really hard to, you know, tap in with all the Aries out there. And check your rising signs, your Venus signs, your Mars, and all of that. Because there may be, if this doesn't resonate with you, go check those ones. Like, I've noticed that that a lot of my Aquarius videos, and I usually watch Aquarius because that is my like birth sign, they weren't resonating with me too well. And then like I just recently found out, because I had to know my the time of my birth to really get my full like accurate chart. And I found out that I'm an Aries rising, and I started watching some Aries videos. I was like, okay, let's see how this works out. Well, yeah, it was resonating a whole lot better than some of my Aquarius videos. So it is definitely important to kind of like, if one reading doesn't resonate, you know, if it's your birth, wow, green, you have an outwardly expanding and opening up of your heart chakra, and understanding yourself and really grounding yourself. Okay, Aries, especially with being so fiery. Well, my Aries videos were actually resonating more with me than my Aquarius videos. So it is actually extremely accurate that if your birth sign is not resonating with you, try looking at some of your rising signs videos, and that may help you more. Along with when it comes to love, Venus seems to really, your Venus sign seems to really resonate possibly more when it comes to your love situation. So keep that in mind as well. Alright, Aries. All Aries. Okay. That's right, the Shaman deck. I feel more comfortable now in taking my time because it's like I did Virgo's video, and Virgo lasted to like 45 minutes, and I was like, oh crap, I'm gonna end up having to do 2 videos. Well, I used to have to do that. It let me keep the whole 45-minute video uploaded, like, and not have to split it. So I was like really excited. So now I'm like, you know, not feeling as if I have to rush myself through my readings anymore. So this is great. But I also heard that YouTube got a new, or switched over to a new server. Well, I can only imagine YouTube's having to switch over to a new server with everyone like totally like connecting into YouTube so much. Okay, what messages do we have for our dear Aries? Oh, I guess that's going to be 3. Holy cow, Aries, man, you've got something crazy coming up for you. You're about to let go of like a comfort zone of a home life that you've had a hard time moving away from. With a rebirth of love because of healing over past things that you've had to let go and jumping into a new beginning. Oh my gosh. That totally resonates with that hello and goodbye card. That's so beautiful, Aries. Aww. Oh, you got an emotional release coming up. Oh, goodness. Okay. You have an emotional release coming up, whether it's you or the other person extending this emotional release to you, okay? And retreat. So stay in your skin with this. Don't take some things too personal and get angry because you have the anger card over. It's not personal. I feel this has to do with a fire sign because you have like this card as your overall energy along with forgive and be yourself. So you do have forgive and be yourself is underneath that. I don't want to see the card underneath that, so I'm just going to leave that there. With the King of Wands, but this for me is like a very sneaky fire sign, and you're standing up for yourself, Aries, against this fire sign that causes you a lot of problems, turmoil, and I feel insecurities, okay? And that's why I feel as if why you have to kind of stay in your own skin. Maybe this emotional release is coming from this person about knowing about certain things that may be happening for you. Because you do have the anger card over it's not personal with the devil in reverse. So you're getting rid of all of those negative energies and people that causes you emotional turmoil, okay? And to not take this anger too personally. This could also be maybe a Capricorn you're dealing with that may find out like this plan that you may be doing and maybe taking it a little bit personally because this is with this being the devil card. This represents Capricorn, so this could be the fact that you maybe end up angry with this Capricorn, or this Capricorn may be angry with you over this decision, and to not take it too personal. Okay, now we're going to shift over to the beginning because I felt that was very extremely important, and as I go through, these may change into a different kind of like scenario type of layout for depending on who all is watching this. And keep in mind that even though maybe you come into this video like 2 weeks or a week from now, this could very well resonate with you when you click on this video at that time. And that's when it was meant for you to see it, is when it at that time that you click on it, which is why I don't make it date specific anymore. And Adelina Bond don't makes her too much date specific. She just goes through week by week with it. So I really loved that idea, and I'm going to keep going with that just like Adelina Bond does. From Mana. Channel Mana. She's amazing. Totally check her out. I love her. And Water Baby Terra. She's amazing too. I love watching her. Okay, now back to you, Aries. Okay, so you're going into a direction that's going to require you to plan a little more in a colorful like way, in a light-hearted like way, because you may be receiving an emotional offer about truth. So someone coming to you about things that they may have knowledge of and possibly wanting to make plans with you upon something, and really extending out their strong truths about a lot of things. Or this could be you going towards this person and then extending out your strong truths about things. Or it could be both. You could be mirroring this person as well, and both of you are extending out your strong truths about things. And really after that too is another offer. So you might be having two offers coming up, okay, Aries? So another one, and this is the Pentacles offer. So this is probably a message when it comes to work, a message when it comes to collaboration about your work, because these are clarifying your wish come true card. You totally got the wish come true like unicorn. That's so beautiful. I'm so happy for you, Aries. And clarifying it is a very fast message coming in, possibly about your work and collaboration with the work you do, okay? So that's awesome, Aries. You have everything being laid out amazingly for you. And because you're letting go a lot of things that no longer serve you and walking away from things that, you know, take too much energy from you, and honoring yourself in the direction that you want to go. You're really grounding yourself in your home within yourself, which is why I feel this is upside down. It's like you could not be moving towards a new home, and you're grounding more of yourself in your home within yourself, and maybe possibly like shifting your direction or shifting your views and what you're truly wanting to go for than what you were putting your focus and energy into, okay? And possibly letting that go. So this is telling me that this could end up turning right side up because of coming into this message and really rethinking this and this energy, your home energy. I feel like where you live, and whether or not to let it go or whether or not to take it and go for it. This is going to resonate with a bunch of people a little bit differently, okay? Depending on your situation. So take what resonates and leave the rest. Alright. So this shows me that you have a lot of abundance inside and around you, and you're really starting to see it. And you're really starting to focus in your energy within this abundance and what you really enjoy doing. Because you do have the card that says true. Yes, what you're asking about is the truth. Okay, Aries? It is the truth. And it is going to bring you, or is bringing you, or making you feel an extreme amount of abundance, okay? And it is bringing you into, I was flipping it upwards without even really thinking about it. So it is bringing you into your own true emotional fulfillment and direction that you really want to go with yourself, and other people that you're willing to collaborate with that fit your energy level more, because this was upside down. You were not sure of the direction you were going to go with this, or who you were going to collaborate with when it comes to your work. But you are shifting into this energy of understanding which stick you want to take, basically which group you want to collaborate with, and how you want to collaborate your work with them, and how to really bring in more of this energy abundance into your life, okay? And yes, so what it is that you're asking about all the time, whether or not which direction you should take, listening to your heart and feeling the direction of what is actually true for you to take is what's going to help you bring you into this emotional rebirth and love. Like, the answer you're seeking when it comes to this truth is going to bring you more love for yourself, is going to bring you more love for your life. And you're not going, I feel as if you're not going to all the way know the ending result of this direction, but it's asking you to choose love and to not worry about this death energy, because this death energy is over. You have already finished all of that is asked of you to look at and to heal from. Keep also in mind to give yourself this love too, as much as you may like to give it outwards, but give yourself this harmonizing rebirth love and energy of like doing what brings you centered, doing certain things for yourself that makes you feel good about yourself and what you do for yourself, kind of like being your own counterpart in a way, okay? And really staying true to that energy, okay? Because there's going to be sneaky people that are going to try to pull you out of that energy, but you're going to stick to the teamwork, to this new beginning, okay? And you're not going to allow this kind of energy to deter you or to unground you in a way, all right? And to stay in your own skin when it comes to any kind of emotional releases from other people that are wanting to be healed. See, now that's changing. That are wanting to be healed through your own healing powers that you have and that you have been able to harness, not just for yourself, but understanding how to be able to do it for other people in a more balanced way, and being able to show them how to retreat and showing yourself how to retreat as well, being able to keep yourself in your own calm state and staying in your own skin, because this is a very hard energy to keep. I know I have ended up going through some bursts, okay? Even in the middle of trying to even do a reading. Next time I'm just going to like turn it off and be like, okay, I need some time to myself. I am not going to do this. This is not going to be good in the long run. So be aware of this kind of energy that can really knock you off your own like grounding, okay? Because it can get really harsh. Especially if you're in Aries and you have water in your chart. Boy, the emotional releases can get heavy. And then with, like, on my end, with having air, it just fires it up even more. And then it turns into a mess. It really does. So don't take too much of what other people say, and honor your own energy of how you feel about yourself, how you see yourself, and how you really want to represent yourself, and staying in your own skin with that, and not allowing this devil energy to overcome you. And practice your own anger releasing in a healthy way. Like mine, I tend to like to vent, and I need to just go vent off to myself because venting out did not help. It did not help my scenario. It did not help my work. It did not help anything, okay? So, and also, going through certain emotional releases before I hit that venting side, I like to draw. So, something that you like to do as a habit and that allows you to just be able to be in your own unique meditative like state. Meditating helps too. If you have the ability to be able to do that and really just go through it strongly that way, we'll do it that way. Whatever works for you and helps you to be able to release this kind of energy, that's what is going to be best for you, okay? And I mean, you don't have to go step by step in a structural function just to be able to, like, I have to release this energy, so I have to do it this way, and this way, and do it this long just to make sure all this energy is gone. Pay attention to what you like to do in the way you like to release this kind of energy, and that's what's going to help it in a more harmonized way with yourself, and not forcing yourself into another kind of structure that could actually subside this in a way, because you kind of like shifted your energy into kind of like a new project in a way. But at the same time, if you come to that understanding, and the ways of meditation, structuralized meditation has and can do for you, this can help you heal this. I'm not going to deny that at all. Just for me, it's like I have so much air and fire, I've noticed. That's why it makes it hard for me to be able to channel in when it comes to just sitting in one spot and sitting there. I literally have to like go do yoga, I have to go jump around, I have to go like do some laps or something and then start drawing, because then that's when it allows my mind to kind of just stop and stop racing. Like, to be able to release the high energy of things, I had to go be active. And then to release the restless mind of things and allowing myself to be more open to receiving downloads and understandings, drawing helps a lot with that when it comes to me. So what is your own natural, unique hobbies that you like to do that does that for you? Like, I met someone that actually really loves playing guitar, and it just helps them to release all frustration and emotions in that kind of centered way. And that's really good. I really like that. That was really cool for them, because I can see how it brings up so much more happy emotions and passions for them. If they want to release anger, they can just play some harsh, anger songs and just really slam on the guitar with it. So things like that. And that helps you to understand yourself in your own unique kind of structure, and what things about you that you already naturally do to kind of move that energy and shift your own energy in your own kind of way, instead of feeling as if you have to be able to release this, you have to do some kind of structuralized meditation or some kind of structuralized way of yoga and how many minutes per this and that. If that helps for you and you actually like that, and that works with being able to work with your emotions and things, that's awesome. I'm not telling you to stop and go back to doing what you usually do. I'm just saying, for those that it's hard for them to be able to do that, because I know it is for me, to kind of shift in that kind of way of viewing with yourself. Like, I'll love to sit there, and if I have that kind of like overwhelming energy, and I'll just grab that drum, this one, because I really like this one, and I'll just do I like a shamanistic like drumming, and I'll have also more drumming going on in the background from YouTube, doing shamanistic like drumming stuff, and I'll just go with it. And it releases a lot, and it helps really centering yourself, and it helps really to ground a lot of this, okay? And that's really standing up for your own sense of unique way of living yourself, your life, the way you are, okay? And following within those little passions that you have within yourself, that's like, oh, well, I can do this for myself. And allowing these kind of like this pressure, I feel that this is, it's like allowing this pressure to just be like nothing to you now, and being able to feel standing in your own ground, being able to feel like you are centering yourself, just like as if someone were, to sit there and meditate for a few hours. You're being able to do the same kind of energy shift, but in your own like happier way. I feel like you totally are getting it. Okay, now I really love the fairies, so I'm going to get my fairy deck. What kind of messages do you have for our dear Aries? Aries. Yeah, being real with yourself and your grounding and centering. That's awesome. Unsticking yourself in a very real way with you and the way you are, okay? Yeah, and getting rid of this self-destructive like energy, like getting rid of this self-pity, like, oh, I can't do it that way, but it's like you're understanding on how, like, I may not be able to do things that way, but I have this about myself that I like to do. And you start actually going more towards it with helping you to keep yourself grounded. So that's amazing, Aries. Wow, that's so cool. It goes right along with the reading. And you're understanding your own creative chaos, okay? That's what I feel this card is for you. It's like you're understanding and looking in, and you're just, instead of like feeling like jealous about that person and what they're able to do for themselves, and you not really being able to just kind of like sit down and just do that, it's like you're having that patience with yourself, and that allowing that emotion to flow, and knowing your own creative chaos, knowing what you can do, and breaking old habits and patterns, and being able to bring that kind of energy for yourself in a more harmonized way with who you are uniquely, okay? And passing through the trials, being able to pass through the trials, being in your own skin without like having these outbursts, because you have a hard time doing these kind of activities just to center yourself. And it's like, okay, I know, yes, I got to do that to be able to ground myself and get myself centered and da 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 da, but it's like I'm just too energetic, and you triumph to a new level about this, and you receive beautiful gifts, your own unique gifts, through like just, if you're someone that just loves to sit there and drum, and then you start going into your own unique shamanistic like journey, because you're just sitting there just drumming away just to be able to ground yourself, and then you really see how beautiful a gift your own unique way of meditating is. And um you hone in on it more. You like you have more precious energy about yourself, and you love yourself on a whole nother level because of that. Like you are more thankful for the way you are because of shifting your energy into this kind of energy when it comes to why you're like that, and understanding your own unique gifts within yourself to be able to ground yourself. You start understanding yourself more and loving yourself more for the way you are. I mean, it really shifts into a whole nother level, and that's very beautiful, Aries. I'm so happy for you. It's amazing, and you really start to see it as like, I never had to be specifically that way. You started looking at it as like, I am this way for a reason, and I just need to connect more with grounding this energy in a more healthier type way, instead of like not really knowing how to be able to do this and then going through outbursts. And you really start to see what you naturally do in a very like more important standard of daily habitual grounding for yourself and your emotions in a honoring way. Like you start honoring those like natural good habits that you saw as bad habits sometimes, but now you see them as more natural good habits, and you have more patience with yourself, and you don't care if it's not good. You don't care if it's like not as good as like maybe what you're hearing, just to kind of like has extra drumming going along, and you just like going with that rhythm. You don't care that you don't have your own rhythm. You're just like, you know what, I'm just grounding my own energy. I'm just being able to meditate and release this negative shit that's just keeps bottling up until I freaking explode. That's exactly how all this shifts. That is so funny. And then you really start to sound check yourself, how you feel about certain things, and when you need to walk away just to rebalance yourself, okay? You're really moving into balance with your own feminine and masculine like energy, and keeping a sound check about your grounding, and when you need to really like focus more in on your natural things that you like to do to give you more grounding energy, when when you start noticing and feeling that your balance is like moving and shifting out of balance, okay? And you really start like listening in on your grounding with yourself. That's really good. Really beautiful. Okay. Energies of the moon. What kind of messages do you have for our dear Aries? Yeah, balancing spirituality and practicality. Your own spirituality about yourself with what you can practically do, and that you sometimes naturally do anyway. Maybe when you're like happy or when you have a burst of energy, you kind of naturally do this. Like this person that I knew just naturally likes to play with their guitar. That's a very strong sense of grounding themselves. It really is, in their own unique natural way. And I feel it's amazing. I truly, in my own perspective, in my own way of thinking, I don't feel as if you have to force yourself to sit in one spot and force yourself to kind of clear your mind in a structuralized meditative way just to ground yourself, because it actually caused more stress upon me and made me not want to do it more, because I was ungrounded, and because it just kind of made me feel like it just wasn't working for me in my own natural kind of like chaotic way. Like, the amazing way of, for me, that I have found grounding myself, especially with my interests being shamanistic, and learning more into journeying, hitting that drum and letting my visions and mind flow was way more grounding than I could have ever done sitting in one spot trying to force myself to do that, or even trying not to force myself to do that. It was almost like I thought it was like my air energy being like all dreamy and just can't, and with the restlessness. I then realized that it had a lot to do with my rising sign being in Aries, and it just needs to do something as I'm going through this. And same thing, how when it came to one of my classes when I was in a career college, one of my teachers allowed me to draw while I was listening in on their listening to the lectures. He didn't care that I was sitting there and drawing while listening to his lectures, and to be personally honest, I learned more in his class and remember certain things more in his class because he allowed me to do that. It allowed my mind to relax and just be able to listen, as like I was giving my body something to do, because without my body having something to do, my mind went so that's how really learning yourself helps a whole lot when it comes to understanding how to even ground yourself, and how to, have joy with yourself without feeling like you need someone to like bring that kind of joy in your life with you, okay? Yeah, you have a new start coming up, and you are working through your fears of feeling as if you're not good enough. You're not good enough for other people, or you're not good enough for yourself, okay? And your new start is coming with all of this. This is all coming up to the surface so that you may ground your dreams more with a practical plan, okay? And take some time to just breathe out. Take that time for yourself to just kind of just do whatever. Even if you, even if you really don't even want to like go into like your thing of grounding, like just give your self time to just do whatever. Maybe when you get up in the morning, instead of get up and just go ahead into your yoga, give yourself some time to just breathe out and lay in bed and stare at the ceiling. That's what I did this morning. I didn't want to, I mean, and I had my exercises to do. I usually do my exercises. I don't necessarily stick to like a yoga kind of like structure type thing. I do my own exercises with understanding what muscles and tendons is good to stretch out. So I'll do, and I'm very flexible, so like certain positions is like not enough, so I'll do my own makeshift positions in a way, and be careful because don't push yourself more than what you feel within your own body, because you can break and tear something, which is why a lot of people is like, well, you have to have study yoga before you hurt yourself when it comes to yoga. Okay, so it's really cool, and it's learning yourself in your own unique kind of way, all right, and not having to feel so much structure into feeling like you have to do things a certain way at a certain time and this long and this, that, and other. Whenever I felt it, I went ahead and before I took a shower, I started doing lunges and pushing myself off the wall, and lunge up and push myself off the wall. So not only was that working out my bottom half of myself and my thighs and my stomach, like I was working out my arms by pushing myself off the wall and away from the wall enough to where it was like I had to catch myself and to make sure I'm not going to slip back, you know, from leaning over into the wall. Because whenever I had my job with the dogs worked my body out enough. I didn't have to do anything. Now I have to figure out how I'm going to work my body up enough to what the dogs were doing for me, okay? And so that's that kind of unique way of being able to kind of do your own exercise in your own unique way of talent and what you like to do, that brings like, you know, that sense of euphoria for yourself, instead of like kind of like structuralizing it like you'll go this way or have a specific, some things are really good for that, especially when it comes to healing the body and certain injuries that you may need. And I'll do that because of, you know, the understanding of that, and that's why the research into that is good, but also to like really work yourself with it in your own kind of unique way that works for you and keep you in like wanting to do your exercises. Like I want to do them because it makes it fun for me, like lunging up and pushing off the wall, lunging up and pushing it off the wall, you know, it made it fun for me, so I liked it better that way. Okay, so now we got the energies of the moon, and I'm going to go ahead and do the winged enchantment for you. Energies of the air. What kind of messages do you have for our dear Aries? What kind of messages do you have for our dear Aries? Number 12. Which breaks down into 3. If you're into numbers and seeing synchronicities when it comes to numbers, I've been seeing 12 everywhere, 12, 12. Like, I've literally been seeing 12 anywhere, everywhere. So, 12 to me would be more significant, but maybe it being broken down to 3 may be more significant for you. Whatever resonates with you, take what resonates and leave the rest. Thank you. Yes, it is very, very, very absolutely beautiful. Finch. Oh, almost right to it. Okay, Finch. I am Finch, the diversity of experience. I am a million facets of reality. I am an eternal spectrum of color. I exist in myriad ways and bring the magic of alternatives. I am the high energy of restless anticipation. I am new direction and choice. I am your clue that it's time to switch things around and sample the flavors of life. Spice it up. Change the colors. Do things a little your own kind of way that befits your energy. Take the road never traveled. If you are stagnant, it will be there with opportunity. If you have seen it all before, I will change the landscape. Without change, everything stops. I am the millions of paths you could take. I am the urge to try something new. I am the joy of a free and adventuresome way of life. I am the flurry of endless activity. You are ready to leave the comfort zone and mingle with new realities. You are abundant in curiosity. You are active change. You are blending experience. You are Finch. Alright. Thank you so much. If this resonated with you, please like, subscribe, share on Facebook. You never know on Facebook who sees this, and that it really helps them, ground more within themselves. Thank y'all so much for your support and for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see y'all next week. Unicorn out.